go here. Just to, I guess start off with what's happening within the side. One of the things that's been particularly noticeable with various interactions, whether it be in press conferences or even through some of the stuff that takes place on social media, has been this element of leaving behind what has happened. So, in this tournament, obviously you've won both games, but there's been very deliberate talk from players. Listen, we're done with that now. It's on to the next one. Can you just take us into a little bit of that, I guess, mentality and where it comes from? Who has set this up? Because it seems extremely deliberate.
To be honest, it's not it's not hugely deliberate, other than we've just had a brief conversation along the way to say, we can't, the past is the past, right? So the only thing you can do with it is learn from it. So from our point of view, it's just trying to learn whatever lessons there have been, but to just focus specifically on what's in front of us. And if we do carry that burden, then it just uses up energy, and we want to sort of leave that where it was, and just put all our energy into prepping properly for the fixture and then being switched on when the fixture arrives.
Just sort of a couple of things on the next game. Firstly, it's up in Dharamshala. I don't know if you guys are there already. There has been a lot of chat around that particular ground. Complaints from different teams that have played there. I don't know, one of the teams described it as quite dangerous. Does this sort of change anything around what you want to do team selection-wise at all?
No, look, we are in Dharamshala, but we haven't been to the ground yet, so I can't sort of comment on how bad it is. But it certainly wouldn't change any way we look at the game. It potentially influences sort of what we might do from a fielding point of view, and if there is a significant risk, as I think it was Josh Butler mentioned, you're probably taking out your dives, and those guys who like to slide knees first, definitely would be a no-go zone. But as I said, I haven't been there yet, so it's hard to comment.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Stu. So a few more have joined us, so we're going to go Zahir, then Telford. Guys, just FYI, if there is a very brief power cut, just for like literally a minute, don't be surprised. I just thought I'd warn you in case it does happen. Go ahead, Zahir.
Thanks, Lucy. We all got into load shedding. Rob, in terms of, obviously well done over the last two games, but looking ahead to the Netherlands, is there an opportunity to maybe just to give some of the guys who haven't played a go yet, and particularly with the tournament being long, and maybe possibly if you do pick up an injury and somebody has got a game?
To be dead honest, unlikely. It's I suppose the beauty of the start of our campaign is that we've had nice breaks in between each fixture, so we've had great opportunity to recover well, train well, and prep well. So from our point of view, it's just about playing whatever we feel is the strongest team on the day. If obviously some injuries get thrown our way, later on in the tournament, or where we do play the 3 games in 8 days, we might have a conversation there. But for now, it's full steam ahead. Everyone is training particularly well. The guys have put in the hard yards going back into the winter already, and here since we've been here have worked extremely hard. So I think it's nice to sit here and go that there's no one that I look in the squad who I don't think is ready to compete if they got tapped on the shoulder.
Rob, just to follow up, in terms of how strong your batting unit has been.
So here we've just lost you after talking about how strong the batting unit is. I think what we'll do is we'll just move on to Neil for now, and then circle back to Zahir.
Hello, Rob. The batters always get the headlines and the awards. It's just the way it is. I just wondered if you could. I wondered whether you had a special word for Lungi. I think that was one of his best ever ODI performances against Australia, and it's been a tough couple of years, really, in many ways for him. So, how was he afterwards?
Yeah, look, I think to be fair, it's a bowling win, really. I know the batters did a great job to get us where we got to, but from a bowling point of view, I mean, it was a clinical performance, and it really was started by Lungi. That 5-over spell in the power play was exemplary. Yeah, and I think what often happens is, we report and comment on results and performances. But to see how Lungi has worked, as I said, go back through the winter, really puts a massive emphasis on his conditioning, and worked really hard on his bowling, and things just weren't clicking into place for him. But it wasn't for lack of effort and application into his craft. And I'm really chuffed that he reaped the rewards, because he certainly deserved it based on the way that he's been grafting. So. It was great to see the speeds were up, his shape on the ball, some really quality thinking. I obviously will, acknowledge Eric in this whole process as the bowling lead, who's really been excellent with the bowlers, and we're sort of starting to feel little wins here and there based on the work that we've put in. So Lungs certainly was the ambassador for the work that they've been doing.
And Rob, if you or any of the boys are running out of biltong, me and Stuart are flying on Wednesday.
You feel free to bring as much as you can possibly fit in your bag.
And chuckles, guys.
And chuckles. And chuckles there.
Okay.
No, thanks, Neil. We're going to take the last couple of questions, starting with Keenan.
Thanks, Lucy. Rob, you're playing Netherlands next. I know you weren't part of the T20 World Cup, but just is there a sense of wanting to get one back over them in a World Cup after what happened in the T20 World Cup within the squad? Thanks.
No, not particularly. I mean, as I said, I wasn't there. I think from us, it's, as I said, the only thing the past gives us is learning. So what do we learn from that occasion is, like, as we know in this game, anyone can beat anyone. If you don't rock up on the day, you can find yourself under pressure. So really, it's just the process that we've followed leading into each game so far stays exactly the same. We don't disrespect any opposition by viewing them as lesser opponents. Everyone, for us, is exactly the same thing. It's an opportunity to play the way we want to play the game. It's to put our best foot forward, take care of our prep leading into the game, and obviously fight really hard for those 2 points. So, I would say that we very little focus on what's happened, more emphasis on what we can control over the next 4 days.